love archaeology, you're going to love this video. And here we are. I'm so excited. We're at the archaeological zone in Tzintzuntzan. We just arrived. We're going to take a look around. And so here we go. So we're going to visit the Tzintzuntzan archaeological zone. This is in the state of Michoacan, and it's not like the biggest touristed ruins, but I find them absolutely fascinating. The indigenous people, the Purepecha, I have a tough time saying that, they had a great empire here about 1200 to 1500 till the Spanish came and conquered them. So this was a site on the top of a hill overlooking the Lake Patzquaro, and they had their temples here, the administrative buildings, and the community. And what's really interesting is these round structures are called yucatas, and I think they're the only round ones in Mexico. So we're gonna take a look around, and you'll see some petroglyphs. Now when the Spanish came and conquered this empire, they destroyed the buildings here, the structures, and they used them for building blocks for the Spanish cathedrals and monasteries. So when you go down into the town of Tzintzuntzan and you look at the cathedrals, you can actually see the stones that they used from this structure. They have petroglyphs in them, and so that's interesting. So I'm really excited. It's really a cool place. It's nice today. The sun's out, but riding over here was a little bit cool. So I still got my jacket on. Tzintzuntzan Zona Archaeological. It's actually a very lovely day. Temperature's perfect, little breeze, lots of trees here.
Hummingbird messenger. It's located by the Lake of Patzquaro, by the Huarato Hills. It's the most important Tarascan settlement. It consists of the Great Platform, what measures more than 400 meters long and 250 meters wide. This place was a city, administrative city, where they developed political religious functions, while the productive activities and economic activities were realized around it and by the lake. The Tarascan Empire had its major concentration in what's now the state of Michoacan, but also parts of the states of Jalisco, Colima, Nayarit, Guerrero, Sinaloa, Guanajuato, and the state of Mexico.
Okay. So it was a lot bigger than Michoacan. But
the cities and settlements were strategically located close to lakes and rivers. Products and objects also from the Pacific Ocean, like fish and shells.
Okay. Thank you for translating. There are 7 archaeological zones in Michoacan that you can visit. There are a lot more than that, but the only ones that are open to visitors are 7. And Lenny and I have visited 2. And the two that we have visited are on top of a hill overlooking a lake, like this one at Tzintzuntzan.
This is a good shot right here. This is the great platform or temple or whatever it was called. With all these ceremonies and government and everything were done.
So, do you think originally it was a lot taller?
Probably.
Yeah, I'd like
It
to.
probably had structures on the top of it made of wood. And,
This is probably like the base. Here we are at a archaeological zone, the ruins, which are from 11 to 1200, so we're talking 1,000 years old. This round structure is what they're calling the Yacatas, and they're the only round pyramid-like structures, I think, in Mexico. And when we look around here, I'll look and see if we find the petroglyphs. Oh, so cool. This is, I think, in basalt rock. And then this up here, see how they've layered the stones. And then you're looking out over this view of the lake. Must have been a great city. So we're coming around the first Yacata. Sun's warming me up. Had to shed this jacket. So what do we got here? Oh, more petroglyphs. Here is a circle. Oh, there's quite a few more here. Another one. And you have to think these are 1,000 years old.
Yep.
So they're worn down by weather. Look how these are stacked, these stones. So it must have been quite amazing, impressive looking, if you could imagine what it looked like back in its day. And that's the town of Tzintzuntzan. It is. It is beautiful. And then there is a wall. It surrounds the whole complex. But yeah, you can see it's tiered. Mass. It's still pretty much in place. One, two, three. And then there's always these like walkways or paths between these buildings.
was something here.
Yeah, and they're like, yeah.
I don't know what houses or the structures were made of poles of wood and covered with thatch or something like that. That was normal. But I'm just so curious, why this particular structure? Why did they build them like this? And what ceremonies did they perform here?
Well, I guess I'll just have to go research all that, right?
Yeah.
Looking for a good book on it in English. So they've got like this base, and then the rocks are layered up there differently.
Here's the petroglyph.
Another little petroglyph. Sure, they were outstanding looking in their day.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are 5. So this is 3, 4, and then there's one more. So it has the same design on each.
Yeah. Get the circle, flat, another one, flat, circle.
And then a pathway or walkway in between. Check and make sure I didn't have it on slow motion or something.
You can see now maybe that was a top structure there. Or it used to be part of a top structure.
Okay, this is number 4, and then this is the last one, number 5. It looks like it's in pretty good shape. And they have restored this some, I know that. This is just incredible.
A lot of rocks.
Yes, a lot of rocks. So where did they get all these rocks? That's a pretty tall wall there. It must have been a pretty imposing looking place. Yeah, that's a lot of rocks. I guess they had to shape them like that too, really. They don't come like that. You know, they must have chiseled them or something. Okay, and here's your division, the pathway to the other side. And our last Yakata over here, this one's...
Yeah, I think all of these rocks were covered with the same outside rocks that we have here. Okay? All the way up to the top.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, those weren't exposed, probably, yeah. Oh yeah, there's a nice, a nice one. I'll have to take a still shot of that. Oh, there's a couple of petroglyphs up here. A lot of questions I want answered. Oh, here's a neat one. A little bit of lichen on top of these rocks. I think these are basalt stones.
Think of it, you're walking in the footsteps of people who walked here 1,000 years ago.
I know, I find it so cool, so incredible. Yes, that people were living, working, worshiping, playing here 1,000 years ago. There was an entire community here. So those must have been steps, maybe?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was, I think, well, I don't know, I can't tell the difference. Maybe this was the principal palace
It looks like this.
of the king.
Yeah. Definitely need a visual
Well, you're
representation.
right. Everything was on top.
Yeah.
These are just like pyramidal structures,
Yes.
but the real stuff was on top.
Yeah.
Where they did everything, you know.
And if it was probably, like you said, made out of wood, and then that deteriorates and rots, and then the Spanish came and got all the rocks they could.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a pretty neat picture there. Okay, here we are in the museum of the site of Tzintzuntzan. Oh, the coyote of Huatzio. Yeah, there's one up there too. Can you read what it says for me?
This piece, carved out of basalt, shows the figure of a man with the head of a coyote in a sitting position. The relationship between certain animals and man constituted a very important aspect of the religion of these groups.
More petroglyphs. It's a well-preserved one. Well, that's the end of this video. I hope you liked it. Please give it a thumbs up, post a comment, and I'm looking for new subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button and enjoy. Thank you.